Okay, welcome back everyone. Welcome back to the second session. So in the first session you learn about hangout, and in the second session according to our schedule we are going to learn about listening express 1. Listening express 1 we are still in unit 5, right? Can you tell me the title of unit 5? What is it? The title of unit 5 is It's Rainy. So we learn about a lot of new vocabularies, right? Like the word rainy, snowy, foggy, windy, chilly, weather, forecast, predict, clear, avoid, a lot, right? And today we are going to go to the next page on page 36. So if you open your book on page 36, you will see warm up listening, and there are two exercises, exercise A and B. So exercise A, listen, choose T for true and F for false. So you are going to listen to track 43, and there are 3 questions that you are going to decide whether it is true or it is false. So number 1, Jim got soaked in the rain. Is it true or false? You have to listen. Number 2, the sky looked cloudy when Jim left home. True or false? You have to listen. And number 3, Patty didn't listen to the weather forecast. True or false? So to make sure that you can get the correct answer, you have to listen to track 43. Now, let's listen to track 43 altogether.
Warm up listening.
Jim, you're soaked. Didn't you bring an umbrella?
I didn't. The sky was clear when I left home. I was waiting for the bus when it started raining.
The weather forecast predicted heavy rain today.
I didn't listen to the forecast this morning.
I was getting ready when I heard it on the radio. So I brought my umbrella.
I was rushing to leave home. That's why I couldn't listen to the weather forecast.
What will you do about your wet clothes?
I can change into my soccer clothes. But what will I do about my shoes? Warm up listening.
Jim, you're soaked. Didn't you bring an umbrella?
I didn't. The sky was clear when I left home. I was waiting for the bus when it started raining.
The weather forecast predicted heavy rain today.
I didn't listen to the forecast this morning.
I was getting ready when I heard it on the radio. So I brought my umbrella.
I was rushing to leave home. That's why I couldn't listen to the weather forecast.
What will you do about your wet clothes?
I can change into my soccer clothes. But what will I do about my shoes?
Okay, now you have listened to track 43 already. Let's check the answer. Number 1, they say that Jim got soaked in the rain. Is it true or is it false? Jim got soaked. What does mean soaked? So soaked means extremely wet, right? When you walk under the rain, you will be wet, and if you are extremely wet, it means you are soaked. So Jim got soaked in the rain. Is it true or is it false? The answer is it's true, right? Because at the beginning of the conversation that you have just listened to track 43, they said that Jim, you are soaked. Didn't you bring an umbrella? So it means that Jim got soaked in the rain or under the rain. So the number 1, the correct answer is true. So you have to circle letter T. Let's go to number 2. The sky looked cloudy when Jim left home. So in unit 5, we learn about the word rainy, snowy, foggy, windy, chilly. So how about cloudy? What does it mean, cloudy? Cloudy means it is very clear. If you say that the sky is cloudy or the weather is cloudy, it means that the sky is clear and there is no dark clouds. Okay, so number 2, the sky looked cloudy when Jim left home. Is it true or is it false? The answer is it's true, right? Why? Because Jim said that the sky was clear when I left home. So he said that the sky was clear. It means that it was cloudy when he left home. That's why he didn't bring an umbrella, and that's why he got soaked in the rain. Okay, so number 1 and number 2, they are true. How about number 3? Patty didn't listen to the weather forecast. Is it true or is it false? The answer is false, right? Because Because what? Because Patty listened to the weather forecast. That's why Patty didn't get soaked in the rain. She brought an umbrella. Okay, so number 1 true, number 2 true, and number 3 false. Let's go to exercise B. Listen again, fill in the blanks. So you are going to listen to track 43 again, and there are, I think, 3 blanks that you have to listen, because the first blank it is already done for you. And there are 2 questions that you have to answer. Number 1, why wasn't Jim ready for the rain? He didn't listen to the weather forecast. The sky looked blah 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 when he left home. How about number 2, how did Patty avoid getting soaked? She listened to the weather. And number 2, she took a or earn blah blah blah. So now you are going to listen to track 43 again, and let's fill in the blanks.
Warm up listening.
Jim, you're soaked. Didn't you bring an umbrella?
I didn't. The sky was clear when I left home. I was waiting for the bus when it started raining.
The weather forecast predicted heavy rain today.
I didn't listen to the forecast this morning.
I was getting ready when I heard it on the radio. So I brought my umbrella.
I was rushing to leave home. That's why I couldn't listen to the weather forecast.
What will you do about your wet clothes?
I can change into my soccer clothes. But what will I do about my shoes?
Okay, now you have listened to track 43 already. Let's check the answer. Number 1, why wasn't Jim ready for the rain? And the answer is he didn't listen to the weather forecast. So number 1, it is already done for you. How about number 2, the sky looked when he left home? The sky looked what? Looked clear or looked cloudy? So these 2 words are very similar, right? But from what you hear from the listening, the sky looked cloudy. We talk about the weather. The sky looked cloudy when he left home. But if you say that the sky looked clear, it is not wrong, but cloudy is more correct. So the sky looked cloudy when he left home. It means that it is pretty clear. Let's go to number 2. How did Patty avoid getting soaked? She listened to the weather forecast. And next, she took an umbrella. Okay, so now we have finished both exercise A and exercise B on page 36, and it is also time to say goodbye. But don't forget that tomorrow on Tuesday you are going to have the progress test too, and there will be 100 questions that you are going to do on Google Form. Some exercises you are going to choose, the multiple choices. It means that you have to just read the answer and choose A, B or C. Some exercises you are going to listen to you are going to look at the pictures and then you have to write one word, and some exercises you are going to write the words. Okay, so please be ready tonight. Don't forget to review your lesson so that you can get 100 scores. Okay, and that's all for my video today, and hope to see you again tomorrow on Tuesday, because tomorrow we are not going to learn about the lesson, but I am going to make one special video that I am going to review you about what you are going to do on your progress test too. Okay, so please review your lesson. Take a nice sleep. Goodbye.